Well, everybody, welcome on back to Kuso6rande, the bad video game tournament. You know, we have a lot of fun video games here, but are they good? A lot of the times, no. You know, there are some games that we have that are a little bit janky, but enjoyable, but these are not going to be your Zeldas. Instead, it might be your Zaldos. Yeah. Took me like 2 seconds to think of that one. Anyways, our next GM, he needs no introduction. Please welcome on in Corndan. Corndan, the Angry Bird. Oh my gosh. I have played an Angry Birds game on Game Boy, if I'm remembering correctly.
I've played all sorts of Angry Bird games. Any game I play is an Angry Bird game.
Is it because you're angry?
Maybe.
Well, stop being so angry.
I was actually gonna be. I was actually nice today.
I actually do like the game that you're giving out, but I also feel this is one that, out of all of the GMs, it's one that you consistently enjoy and like to share with other people.
I do because, one, I forgot I was doing it at this time and thought I was an hour later, so I needed something. And two, it's a game that, you know, right, is consistently associated with Kuso6rande anyway, so I figured, you know, why not keep this up, right? So
yeah.
It's Dreamin Davey.
Yeah, look at him. He's just punching through the box. That's how you know it's good. Like a 3D effect there.
That's how you know he's a jerk.
Davey.
Look, he's punching through the box. Davey ruins everything.
I actually love whenever Dreamin Davey shows up. I don't know if I love the game as much as you do, Corndan. But
I'm pretty sure for me it's Stockholm Syndrome. The game sucks. Right?
Yeah, is it because you had to play it in Kuso6rande?
I did have to play it in Kuso6rande. And so I went to go beat it just to be like, I'm not going to let this game win. And then I figured out how to speedrun it, and I'm no longer the world record holder.
Yeah.
But I'm second out of 2. And even the current world record still basically uses the strats and everything I came up with. So,
that's really fun. Honestly, I'm more interested in routing and coming up with ideas than doing actual
they
runs
have some
these
cool
days.
stuff too, and we'll talk about it a little bit when we get here.
Oh, sweet. Well, Dreamin Davey is... I don't think it's edutainment, but it is about a jerk.
Yeah, Davey's a big butt face.
A big butt face. Oh, hey, big butt face. Why don't you come, like, stop stabbing people in the eye with your pencil, Davey?
If I said what I really thought of Davey himself, right, we'd have about 5,000 people in chat all typing exclamation point swearing.
Yeah, this isn't Don't Make Us Bored, Corndan.
I know.
Actually, we don't really swear too much over there either. Whatever, I said a swear yesterday.
Was it crap?
No, actually, it was... I'm not gonna say it, though, because it's a swear.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Nah, honestly, we keep the stream here PG/PG-13, and you know, occasionally we do have swears because they're really important.
And sometimes the games swear and we don't even know, right, until we get there.
Or sometimes Tristan gives out a game.
I'm out of here.
Also true. Yeah. Anyway,
I said sometimes Tristan gives out a game, and Davey immediately said, "I'm out of here." I love it. Yeah. So in general, we do try to warn people if there is more mature content, but I am not opposed to it. Dreamin Davey doesn't really have that.
no, it's just bad. You could argue it could have been good if it'd been released, like, I don't know, a lot earlier than it did.
Oh, I thought you meant like this year.
No.
Oh my gosh, some of this music
it was
great.
It was made in 1992. right? So that's really late in the NES life cycle.
Oh yeah. But
right, if this had been released in right, like 1990, 1989, right? Maybe we wouldn't be considering it bad.
oh my gosh. Sorry, I just love this game. We do have a lot of Discord emotes that relate to some of the classic games that come here over and over and over. Dreamin Davey is one that is definitely in our Discord. If you want that smiling grin for the total butthead in this game, then
yep,
join our Discord.
Yeah, you're missing a
oh my gosh. Okay,
you screwed
okay.
up your name.
I'm sorry. This is what happens when people have different demands. There we go. Not Electa, you're not playing again. Though you can if you want. You can play right along. Okay. There we go. SalmonBuffalo has confirmed LMMotoss, MisterZimbu, and Zerfall have confirmed they are ready. Okay, well, I need all of you to get all of your educational emotes ready, especially anything dealing with King Arthur, the Wild West, school. Do 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 do. Okay, doing the countdown. Yes, spam those emotes, everybody, because we are doing the countdown in Discord. As soon as I see movement, I will start our timer. Okay, and there we go. Zerfall is in the game and has already done the jump over the rock. Hey!
Yep. So, welcome to Dreamin Davey. It's like a whole bunch of levels of stupid mazes. That would have been technically impressive in 1998.
No,
not so impressive in 1992.
You said 1998. I'm like, no, this would not have been impressive.
Oh, it totally would have been.
In 1988.
88,
yeah, no. There we go.
So what's going on here is we need to go defeat Sir Lumper, which will be kind of a thing throughout most of this game, that we don't like Lumpy. And to do that, we need to go find a sword.
You know what? Hedge Maze is all about this game. She's typing in chat that she's in it.
I mean, a whole bunch of hedges, yes.
Yeah, there's so many hedges. Yeah, the maze itself, not really too challenging. Just make sure you don't go back to the previous areas that you've already been to. Yeah, you'll have to take guesses, but if you just follow one wall, yep, like, you're gonna eventually find everything you need.
Yeah, I mean, so really all you have to do is defeat Lumper, but if you don't get the sword, you can't actually damage him.
Yeah.
Which really sucks.
Well, I mean, you can't defeat him if you can't damage him.
Yep, so LMMotoss is really kind of in the lead right now, and the lead's not really going to make much of a difference. But, you know, just from getting the sword.
So, one thing about this game as well is that the knights who appear throughout this, you can kill them. But technically, you're not supposed to. Watch
Actually,
Zerfall.
You should.
Wait, you should?
Yeah.
I thought that they were on your side.
I mean, they help you out, but if you run into them, they just, like, die, right? And they drop a helpful item. And at least in this stage and the next time we come back to this stage, right? It gives you the hourglass, and the hourglass is the best item best pickup you can have in the game.
Oh yeah,
it
because
stops
it freezes
time
the enemies
for everyone else, and it makes you faster. So that combination, right? The speed run makes a lot of use of that, right? Like every time you can pick up an hourglass, because they just, you know, it makes everybody stop.
Yeah, the biggest thing that players are going to have to learn is that violence is not always the answer in this game, which I guess it's trying to teach kids something. Education.
I mean, I
know?
don't know what the heck it's doing.
But yeah, it's definitely not something that is very clear what you're supposed to do.
Nope. And a lot of that, I mean, it's true. Like this game, you know, gives you some super generic things, and then like this. So we're gonna find out. Zerfall is gonna find out here what happens, right? If you don't have the sword.
Yeah.
You might. I mean, honestly, you might be able to kill him if you picked up enough magic effects. You could probably kill him without getting the sword. I don't think it would be any faster, and it would be really RNG dependent.
Well, yeah, stabbing with that is not working. So Zerfall is going to be going back. Good choice.
It's really the only choice.
Well, another choice would be to fight until you die.
Well, yeah, but I mean, so I think though, if you had enough like stuff, right?
Yeah. Enough of the potions, or
yeah, enough of the B item stuff, right?
Oh,
Whether
okay.
it's the
Yeah,
magic or the javelins or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be curious. It would be worth seeing somebody try that sometime. Well, LMMotoss has figured it out already, moving on to the second stage. This one, there are some complications to it, but it's not as difficult as some of the later ones.
I mean, so where the big complications, and I gave them the manual, so it lays this out. Let's see who actually wrote the manual, right?
Yes.
So the first thing you want to do here is go to Western Union, which tells you to, tells you to go to the sheriff's office, right? You know, which is then like, here's a thing, they're holed up, go get them, right? So level 2 is actually really fast, except for a couple of things here, right? That you eventually you're gonna have to buy a gun, which is fine. You can buy just the
Yeah, LMMotoss getting the badge. Officially a deputy. Yeah, it seems like Motoss read the manual at least to see the basics of what you're supposed to do in the area.
But so let's see if they actually read the manual, right? Because the manual lays out that you need to shoot these guys in the gun. Right.
Wait, does it say you have to shoot the gun?
Yes.
Where?
It is. It's like in one of the tips or tricks or something.
Oh, okay. Let me go take a look.
Because it's let's see where it is in the Western world, right?
LMMotoss is
I guess
so
it doesn't say.
Yeah, it doesn't say. This is something that the players have to figure out themselves. That shooting people is ineffective. Shooting guns is much more effective.
Yep.
I do like that people in chat are pointing out that this is a game made in Utah, so this is like representing me. This game represents me, okay? Which actually makes a lot of sense because we stab somebody in the eye, we beat up a bully, we do a lot of stuff in this game. MisterZimbu is going to get through this pretty quickly as well.
I was going to say, it looks like MisterZimbu is, right, SalmonBuffalo's also not that far off, right, getting there. So we'll see what happens there too, right? Because they're basically right at Sir Lumper 2. They're like as well.
Sir Lumper 2. Yeah. Stupid
well, we'll
Lumper.
see him later.
Yeah, maybe at his funeral, Lumper.
No. We'll actually get to see him the next time we come back here. But the fun thing is you can just ignore him then.
Yay, SalmonBuffalo is through as well.
Okay, so if you hear the two different sounds, right? You can tell if you're doing damage or not.
Oh, yeah. Like, the sound is definitely different when you're doing damage than when you are just hitting things without them being able to die. So,
Yep.
yeah, that's a lot that you have to figure out with this game when you first approach it. You know, what is actually making progress and what isn't. So paying attention to those environmental, the audio cues will definitely help players. The frustrating thing about this game as well, I think, is that in a race setting, you know, people are going to want to just be able to get through areas as quickly as possible. And unfortunately, just bashing your head against the game over and over again will often make you, like, lose, because there are a lot of puzzles in this game, a lot of things that you just have to figure out. And, yeah, you're not going to just grind your way through.
And so MotoS should be able to do this. He's got everything he needs. He just needs to go figure out what to... Oh, no, he hasn't bought a gun. That's why...
Well, don't show up to a gunfight without a gun.
Yep.
Yeah, by the way, there are a lot of items that you can buy in the shops, and most of them you do not need. I love that the manual says not everything you see in the trading post is helpful. It's like almost nothing that you see in the trading post is helpful.
Some of it really is, but it's mostly, and we'll talk about it when we get there, right?
Okay.
So the trading post stuff, where it gets really useful, is actually going to be the next time we come back here. That we need, we need a gun that's a lot more powerful than what we have now, right?
Okay.
Right. So,
yes.
You know, so the money they give you and everything is only good enough for the like 2-shot, you know, Navy gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so eventually you need to kill 3 guys at once. And you just can't, right? So you're better off, like, here you can trade things off here. Like, I can trade root beer for $5, right? Yeah. All the stuff there is to buy doesn't really help, but the big thing on the trading post is sell stuff for money, because you need
a decent amount of money in order to buy the gun.
Yeah, well, so what you want is the rifle or the shotgun, right? And you know, you don't need it for now, but you definitely need it later. So the next time you come back here, you want it anyway.
Yes.
Right. So there's a Indian artifact sell for $25 a piece, and you can go get 2 of them later. But so everybody here, I don't think I've ever seen this issue so far, and I find it interesting. Nobody's even attempted to buy a gun yet, right? They buy bullets and just assume they have a gun.
That's weird.
And so far, everybody's done that.
Oh, there we go. LMMotoss. Looking at the guns here, I think MoToss is buying a pistol, though.
That's fine. All you need is something. So, right, with the I can go get the root beer.
Oh, just shot him in the neck. Or the chin.
Yep,
the chin neck. SalmonBuffalo! Yeah, simply put, I think most players, when they get there, are going to die at least once. I don't think I would buy a gun until I realized, hey, there is a gunfight.
Well, you know. Right, but so they tell you, you know, that there's a gunfight, right?
Yeah, but you have to read. What do you think this is, an educational game?
Well, yes.
Oh. What are we learning?
It teaches you Utah facts.
Oh yeah, Utah fact. In order to shoot somebody, you gotta have a gun. Utah fact. Bam!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bam.
See, everybody, we are here to learn about the great state of Utah. This is what it looked like.
Sure.
Yeah. At least part of it. And the roads still are about this wide.
That is actually probably true.
It is. Brigham Young, it's all his fault. He basically wanted you to be able to turn around in a road with a wagon without having to back up. Sorry, go ahead. Talk about what you wanted to talk about.
Right. So what needs to happen here, right, that they're not doing? When they get to the gunfight, they need to shoot him in the gun. That's all that needs to be done.
I still feel like shooting them in the face is would be more effective.
So at least Zerfall knows you can move your cursor, so then it's a matter of figuring out what to do from there.
Oh, LMMotoss had the right idea, but unfortunately I already shot the guy in the head. And yeah, this is also another Utah fact. If you shoot somebody in the head, they get really mad.
So you don't have a lot of time, right, to lay all of that out, but MoToss has basically got it figured out.
Yep. Well,
no. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Well, for those who are wondering about this company, by the way, they also, lovely Utah, brought us games like Bart's Nightmare, Rex Ronin, Experimental Surgeon, Captain Novolin, yeah, all the good stuff. Oh my gosh. You know, I'm very proud of our state for Dreamin Davey, but less so for Ren and Stimpy Show Time Warp.
Well,
how about where in Europe is Carmen Sandiego? How does a company in Utah know anything about Europe? Oh, MisterZimbu, I think we forgot to warn people about some flashing in this game. Be aware, everybody. And if you can, mods, put that in the title. Because that would
there
help.
is a little bit of flashing.
Flashing warning.
I forgot about it too.
That's the problem. If it's an older console, there's a relatively good possibility that there's some sort of flashing in a game. And if it's Atari, and there's no flashing, what the crap? That's not possible.
Okay, so MoToss, right, did basically the...
Oh, there we go!
Oh, we got it!
Yeah! And LMMotoss killed the cowboy so hard that he flew back to ancient Greece.
Yeah.
See, that's honestly the best way to time travel. Via gun. You know, people keep trying to build all these machines. All you need is gun.
What he doesn't know is... There we go.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we're gonna see if he gets holed up the same way I did.
So this specifically said one of the golden men has a weapon that you need. What does that mean? What would people try to do? What did you try to do when you played this?
Well, you beat the crap out of him, right?
Yeah.
That's not what you're supposed to do.
No, it says a golden man, but he's supposed to be your friend, so... The thing is, you can hit him, and as soon as you do, he aggroes. But what you're supposed to do is not hit him and just go walk up and touch him. And then he gives you what you want. How are you supposed to know this?
I don't know
idea.
Because, right, so
it's a puzzle game.
Zimbu is still caught. Yep.
It's not a good puzzle. But yeah, the more that you play this game, the more you have to learn that pacifism is sometimes the best route. If it's not already trying to kill you, you probably do not need to kill it. At least that's how I view most of the enemies in here. I guess that's a good rule of thumb for most video games. If it's not a danger to you, leave it alone.
All right. So we're gonna see what happens here.
Yeah.
Yep. He did the same thing I did.
That's no surprise. Oh wait, he got the shield.
Well, so this is gonna confuse him even more because he touched him at the same time he fired, right? Which is why he got the shield, right?
Yes.
So now when he dies and has to go back through and do it, he's gonna think you have to shoot him. I guarantee it, because that's what I did. I got stuck on this place for like 35 minutes because I couldn't figure it out. Because, right, there were times I was getting up close and touching him right before I shot him.
Yeah, I love that you can see what's happening in this game and be like, I know exactly what is going on in someone's mind and how this is going to be a huge setback, even though they got it right the first time.
Right. So now what he needs to do is work our way back to the bridge, which is over here to the left and then down. Right. So it should be straight down, I believe, right from where he's at now. Or maybe it's over to the left one more and then down.
It's somewhere.
Yeah.
Now,
and so this is really important for later for a spot that they're not going to get to. Yeah. There's the bridge. Right, to know that you can use the shield and he's gonna skip the bridge.
Do you need to go across the bridge?
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Okay, so he might be okay though, because he just realized that you can touch the golden statues and they give you stuff.
They don't look very golden to me, but yes, that is a very important piece of information. It's huge. Good. Like, yeah, that is a huge difference there. Very, very good. You know,
all right.
I think I would be okay living in ancient Greece. Togas are comfy. I like pillars. They're great.
All right, so while he's working that out, let's see. All right, so Zerfall knows you can move your target around. Let's see if they figure out what's going on.
Okay, yeah. At least the game has a password system. I'm not sure it's a good password system.
It does. And so what's going on here? They all go to move around. Like, once you go to hit continue and that password's there, you can just hit start. I didn't tell them that because it's not in the manual, but
thank you, manual.
But it's actually there. So MotoS, right, is getting wrecked by this guy, and what you got to do is put up the shield, right? Like, he has everything he needs.
Doesn't the shield bounce the spear back?
It does.
That's so dumb. That is not how shields work.
It is totally how shields work.
No, it's supposed to protect you. Shields, unless they have spikes on them, are almost always more defensive than offensive. So if your main source of damage is from a shield, you probably go and upgrade to something else. My professional recommendation, a gun.
All right, come on, learn to put up your shield. Oh, we're maybe.
Yeah, LMMotoss is really figuring this out.
Well, you know, so the one thing that, like, once I figured out I could get the shield, like, exactly how to get it, it really wasn't that hard to figure out what was going on after that. Like, okay, this guy wrecks me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, now what do I do?
MisterZimbu, figuring out you can move the cursor. Yep. I think MisterZimbu is going to have it next time.
Zerfall is kind of in the same boat, so I expect to see completions here on both accounts. So what LMMotoss is
game. Oh my gosh,
finding out is difficult here, right? Is that you need to shoot the Cyclops in the face, right? And sometimes he bounces everything back, and you can, I think, sit there. I've never really tried it, right?
Yeah. LMMotoss is just chilling. This Cyclops. Oh my gosh. So, do you have to jump up and shoot him?
Nope, you can just shoot him.
Oh, okay, good.
Now, you can jump up and shoot it. So, one of the things we haven't talked about in Davey yet that I actually think is kind of interesting, right? Because of the way it works, is if you jump and then hit, right, like, so you hit like your attack button and then hit B to jump, right? Because A plus B is jump. Jump is stupid.
Yeah, well, it's like Double Dragon rules, you know?
Yeah, but so what it'll do though is it will actuate your attack on every possible frame you can, right? So it effectively gives you like an auto fire, right? Is the best way of thinking about it.
I love it. Yeah, it's
so
so good.
when you're jumping, right? And that it actually gets used in the speed run against a couple of things that, you know, so basically if you're jumping, because you can just kind of hold those down, like it's real easy to hit the jump button like once you get going, that, you know, effectively you get every attack in that's possible, right? Which is really nice.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's just fascinating to me how much is in this game, how different each area is, the way that you approach everything is fairly different. There are some battles where you have to use long range, some where you have to get up in their grill. There are pacifist battles.
Some that would definitely be different. Like if you could find a way to get around that Cyclops, right? Even if you still had to kill the Cyclops, but get around the Cyclops and grab the sword that's behind there, right? It would change everything. Because then you would just jump up and slash the Cyclops in the back and you'd be done.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just found out the person who, one of the designers for this, also designed Tasmania for Super Nintendo.
Yeah. Which
is pretty cool. The producer for this game was the designer for the original Mech Warrior.
Okay.
I mean, love that. Mech Warrior is a classic series. The originals were like ahead of their time.
So, Kara Z says in chat, this doesn't seem like it'd be too difficult to speedrun. I think once you kind of get a handle on all the basics, it's not too bad. I think the world record for this is 21 minutes and change. It might be down to 20 now. You know, I'll check. Right, I've done it in 24.
Okay.
Right, which shows you like how much faster it's come along. Poison Curls does a really amazing job with it, honestly.
Like, yeah, my biggest question is why did this company decide to release a Nintendo game in 1992? Like,
why not?
I mean, part of me also does feel that, you know, in 92, it was the era where most people were buying Super Nintendos, but at the same time, you know, had the old NES lying around, giving them something that they can play on a system that they don't have to go and buy.
Yep.
Honestly, you know, people are doing it now. People are making Nintendo games now.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably not the best
business
hey, decision. Hey, MisterZimbu
is now
solidly in second place. Very nice, MisterZimbu. Oh, and LMMotoss just gets destroyed by Spearman.
Yep, you can't let him touch you. It is essentially what it comes down to.
One of the people who programmed this game programmed the Mexican runner's favorite video game for the NES of all time, the Miracle Piano Teaching System.
Well, I mean, that only took him 40 hours of solid gameplay.
I love it. I would have destroyed it because I already play the piano.
I mean, we have a piano in the house. My son plays. He's not very good, but he's 5.
I love it. I love it so much. Yeah,
all right,
he didn't speedrun it. Trust me, people. He did not speedrun that game. Okay, so now what? Are you no? Oh, MisterZimbu is probably gonna run into the wall that LMMotoss managed to get past relatively quickly. Yeah, gonna punch the gold guys.
Yep.
Which, I mean, it's fun. I'd punch him.
Huh. I wonder.
What you wondering?
Oh, just thinking now, right? And I'd have to go back and play it. So something that LMMotoss is doing, right, is he unequipped the bow. He's just punching that Cyclops in the face.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But right, so that would be, let me jump and punch. Right, the punch doesn't have a very long animation. So you could probably punch and just punch him like 3 or 4 times in the face.
Does the punch deal damage against him?
Well, I don't know. I don't think I've ever done it, to be honest with you.
Huh. Interesting. I mean, if you
looks like
a Cyclops in the eye, that could work. I mean, I imagine the Cyclops would not like being punched in the eye.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm thinking too. It's like punching a shark in the snout. And so it might work. And the problem is, I haven't, yeah, it might be really risky.
Yeah. Oh no, Nightbot decided to die. Well, welcome to Nightbot. Sometimes Nightbot needs a little nap.
But so, I mean, it might be possible though. That would save a lot, because that boss fight is long. So let's see, right?
Honestly, I'm trying to think. This game, I really it definitely falls into the realm of Kuso6rande. It's sort of more of an educational game. There are big issues with it. It doesn't really instruct you how to do certain things, and honestly, very easy to get walled and frustrated. But would you consider it a bad game?
This?
Yeah.
No, I mean, yes and no.
Okay.
Right? I think it's got ideas. I think sometimes they're implemented well, sometimes they're not. Right. Once again, I think if this had come out earlier in the Nintendo's life cycle, we'd be talking about it differently.
Yeah, you're probably right. But at the same time, thinking of all the games that had to come out in order for this game to exist, obviously Zelda had to come out first.
Yep.
Without Zelda, we wouldn't have Dreamin Davey, and that would be a travesty.
Well, yeah, and Super Mario 3, right? Kind of pioneering the techniques to do both the horizontal and vertical movement.
Yeah. That
right,
and Kirby basically just nailing it. Good job, Kirby. So the scrolling in this game is really good, and lag is fairly uncommon in most places in this game. Are there places with a decent amount of lag?
Maybe a couple spots, but not too much. I mean, it actually does a fairly good job of kind of, if you get a lot of enemies on the screen and you're doing a lot with it, maybe, right? But
yeah,
aside from that, no, not really.
But that's really good. There are, oh my gosh, I'm just thinking, even Zelda 1, that doesn't have vertical or horizontal scrolling while you're moving, that has a lot of lag in some areas. Oh,
so
people
I went back
are bringing
and
up
looked.
Fester's Quest. Yeah, that too. That helped Davey, I guess.
Yeah. So I went back and looked at the current world record on this, right? And they just go get the bow. They don't even go get the shield.
Oh, really?
And you just jump over the things across the bridge. You take a bunch of damage, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, if you're not going to die against the Cyclops, that makes sense.
Yep. Well, and so the goal for the Cyclops is basically to get in his face and mash that shoot button as much as possible.
Pew 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 pew. MisterZimbu is fighting the Cyclops. I think the biggest difficulty with him is that he can get up in your grill, corner you, and then you die pretty quickly. Yep. But MisterZimbu is dealing some good damage here.
Yep, he's got him. He's got him locked in a. It's gonna take a while, right? But so
there we go.
Yep. So Zimbu's got the right way, right? So this is definitely projectile locked, right? You can't fire another projectile, and your first projectile's off screen. So basically, being in his face and firing as fast as possible means you can get a lot of shots off, which is why I'm thinking the same thing for the punch too.
Yeah.
Right, so if the punch does about the same amount of damage, you could do that. You could effectively skip trying to get the bow and doing all that too, which could save more time. And you know, you would just have to check if you need if you could get by without the bow in against Cerberus.
Yeah.
Which I think you can. I think if you have the sword, you can just attack him in the face.
Yeah, that seems like it's something that would be worth checking out at some point. Now, for those who are wondering, by the way, we're 35 minutes into this match. The players here have 5 points each, which means that in order to stay in the tournament, they have to come in 3rd or better. Last place player today for Dreamin Davey will be eliminated. Right now, it's looking between SalmonBuffalo and Zerfall.
Yeah, and I don't know which one got here first, right? Or has made the most, like, who made it to the guy in the blacksmith, you know, right? The robber in the blacksmith with a gun, right? Whoever's made that progress first, I don't know.
Yeah, true.
Like SalmonBuffalo has a gun and you know, got into there, so I don't know. I'm gonna defer to what everybody else has seen.
That is probably a good idea. I love that people are talking about Fester's Quest and the issue being the shoot button. I used to speedrun that game, and yeah, it hurts. It hurts to speedrun so bad. So both MisterZimbu and LMMotoss are looking for Excalibur, which LMMotoss sees it, right? You know, it's up there, but you need to find the ring so you can open up the portal, right? The portal's right where you can see that black thing. That's where the portal is. You have to do something about it. You need the ring of gold. Of course. Why don't you need a ring of gold in order to go in the black portal?
Zimbu has seen the ring of gold.
Yeah, but has Zimbu seen the portal? LMMotoss definitely saw the portal.
No, I
don't. Well, there's so many different pieces of information that you just have to put together in this that, you know, honestly, the players, LMMotoss and MisterZimbu in this area are pretty much even. You know, they will have some work to figure out what to do here, but yeah, either of them could move into first. MisterZimbu getting here first, yeah.
So it's gonna come down to, right, Progress will be getting the ring, right, then Excalibur.
Yeah.
So fun fact, those gray little guys, no, not the little guys, the little thieves, can actually steal Excalibur from you.
What?
Yeah.
Why? Like, what happens? Do you just
lose it?
Can you go and get it again?
No, because the only place they can steal it from you is in, like, the next level. You can't go back and get it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's amazing. Do you have to use Excalibur later?
It is. So, yes and no.
Okay.
Technically, no. But you should, right? So there's only one place where I've not used Excalibur, and that's where I use the better lance.
Okay.
Because its attack animation's faster.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Animations matter when you're doing speed runs.
Well, they do, and in this particular thing. Okay, so we got the ring here, right? Hey, look, it's Lumper again. You know what you do?
Lumper.
Just walk past him.
Or murder him like LMMotoss did. Poor Lumper. Gonna end up at the school nurse. Nurse is gonna be like, why are you dead? Lumper's not really gonna be able to reply because he's so dead. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was real fast.
Do you get expelled? I hope he gets expelled. Davey, you need to get expelled.
He should.
Yeah.
So now...
Yeah. Maybe go to prison.
MoToss has to go... You basically have to go back where you came from. Right?
Yes.
And then go back up. So MoToss knows where everything is. Let's see if they figure out where it is. And we still with SalmonBuffalo and Zerfall, they still haven't figured out yet.
I'm not really too surprised though, because it's, you know, I've seen people get stuck here before for a long time. It happens, and honestly,
yep, it happened to me.
Yeah, it's just a weird way of thinking that you have to have in order to get through it quickly.
Right, but for me, I was caught on, okay, like I knew I had to go deal with the guy, right? Like it tells you you have to go deal with this guy, right? You have to have a gun, do it, otherwise he laughs at you and shoots you.
Yeah.
Like now what? And I think I must have shot him in the head, in the chest, like everywhere except for the gun for a good while.
Yeah, I think so. It's like, this is stupid. Why am I not able to beat him? I guess maybe thinking of movie cliches could help, because it's definitely a cliche, shoot the villain in the gun, you know?
Yeah.
But it's dumb. It really is dumb. There's
okay,
no reason to have it be that dumb.
So we are now going to get into the stupidest part of this whole game.
Aha! MoToss getting through just barely before Zimbu.
Yep. So what it's going to come down to, honestly, right? It wouldn't surprise me if the next 20 minutes are down to who gets the key first. Or the coin. Right. You have to go Charon a coin to get in the underworld. Right? And so you go, okay, so where's this coin, right?
Yeah. I don't recall where the coin is. Oh, wait, yes, I do. It's in a tree.
It's in a tree.
But you do not find out until you get, I think, as far in this area as you possibly can. Then somebody tells you, coin's in the tree.
Tells you. No, Karen just tells you you need a coin. Right, like, okay. Right, so if they go in the, right, the temples do give you some tips.
Yes. But the one that gives you the helpful tip for where the coin is pretty much is as far away from the tree you need. And so players may try checking every single tree until the very last one that they can check is the correct one.
Yep.
Oh, okay, so MisterZimbu going to Charon.
That is definitely progress. Like making it to Hades, even if you don't have the coin or anything, right?
Yeah.
Is progress. So SalmonBuffalo again doesn't have the gun.
Oh. Yeah, this is... I definitely understand the feeling of getting stuck and just not knowing what to do. And unfortunately, the more stuck you are, the more difficult it can become because you just start psyching yourself out.
Yeah. All right, so Zimbu knows you need a coin.
Okay.
But doesn't know much else after that.
Yep. I mean, it's Charon. It makes sense that you would need to pay Charon because that's You know, that's mythology, but where does money come from? It doesn't grow on trees, except in this game.
It does.
Well, from tree singular. Money grows on tree.
So, right. If they remember, they should check out these temples. Let's see what that... Tap on a tree with your sword, Davey. So now they're going to start beating every single tree. I guarantee it. But maybe what will happen, right?
Yeah.
Is that they'll die. They'll come back, right, and hit those trees, and then you'll get the coin.
Honestly, dying... Tap on a tree with your sword, Davey. Dying right now would probably be the best thing.
Yes, 100%.
I hate it. I hate it that, like, something that would normally be a huge setback would be the most beneficial. Yeah, that statue's not going to tell you anything, MoToss. You can try talking to statues all you want. But some of them are...
So let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see if Zerfall has a gun, knows they're holed up in the blacksmith.
SalmonBuffalo dying right outside of the sheriff's office. No, LMMotoss got a statue. Oh my gosh, are you gonna try the trees? Which tree is it?
It's the one in the middle here.
Well, nope. I just gotta laugh. This game's evil.
It can be. All right, let's see. Come on, guys. I want to see us. I want to see everybody get past level 2.
I really hope so. Like, I'm not gonna be angry if some people do. I'll be sad, but I'll be sad for them because I know the feeling of getting stuck in video games. At least the Wild West music is pretty dang good. Like, I can listen to this for an hour. Well, then again, I live in cowboy land. This is basically what it sounds like when you walk outside here in Utah. You know, people just doing hoedowns and, you know, strapping on belts and, you know, getting down.
All right, so come on, you don't need to whip cactuses. You need to.
Yeah, whipping birds would be a little bit hard. I've learned how to crack a whip, though.
I've known for 2 decades.
Wow, congrats. So have I.
I know.
Maybe that's something that everybody learns when they're a kid. No, Justin, that's not how you crack a whip. He just did a, like, breaking stick motion. That's not how you do it.
Oh, we got a coin. We got a coin.
We have a coin. Well, oh my gosh, MisterZimbu.
No, he has gotten the coin in. Now just walk. Come on. There we go.
It's at the top.
We have a coin. It's at the top.
Yeah.
That's progress.
Is it... I'm sorry for what I'm about to say. Is it progress or is it progress? Yeah, I'm fired.
Yeah, you're fired.
Yeah. It's okay.
It won't let me ban the broadcaster. But let you know, I'm gonna let everyone here know. If I was able to ban Brocenter for that comment, I would have.
Well, I'm so glad that I am running this stream.
All right, so the mighty spear and the great bow, right? I'll be honest, you don't need the bow.
Yeah,
The spear is actually really
spears
useful.
are great. SalmonBuffalo still no gun. Oh, I am so sad.
Bummer.
Bummer. I've still heard all my favorite sound effects in the game.
Yeah, what, bummer?
Yeah, that's all I need. One bummer. Wait.
Pretty much.
Has the word bum in it. It's just good. Just a good word.
I mean, come on, guys. I want to see you guys all make progress. So,
Yeah,
the reason you worry about the spear is honestly those skeleton guys you can't kill without the spear.
Okay.
You know, just because it's that much stronger. You don't need to go get the bow because you can stab Cerberus in the face with the spear.
Yeah. It's, well, at the same time, it's not really something that they can know playing this for the first time.
Yep, and I expect them to try and get the bow, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you could get the bow anyway just because it's kind of on your way. Like, it doesn't take a lot of time extra to go do it.
Ding.
All right, let's see if...
See,
There we
Zerfall
go.
has the gun.
So we got 2 people with the coins.
Yeah, that is great. And MisterZimbu just going on a cruise. The music in Hades is really good, by the way. If you haven't heard it, everybody, you definitely go search it on YouTube.
It
in
is
order to
really
hear
good.
The bopping tunes.
Look, I think you can swap over.
Oh, really? To who?
MisterZimbu.
Okay, I'll go ahead.
Or LMMotoss, either one. Come on, somebody just... you have the gun, go shoot the other guy on the gun.
Yeah. Do.
So there are things that's not going to be readily apparent here. So you can on occasion get stuck.
Yep.
Right, and basically pitfalls in here that take you back to the opening of all of that.
It's basically invisible pits of quicksand.
Yep.
And you can jump out of it. LMMotoss stuck. Oh, and that is back to the beginning there.
Zerfall is saying these instructions aren't as helpful as I thought they might be.
Yeah, about that.
I mean... I don't think they're too bad, though. I mean, in all honesty.
Yeah, like
they're just getting caught up. Oh, maybe I need something from the trading post. Maybe I need whatever.
I would generally think that
right, Western Union tells you what you need to do. And I'll tell you what, guys.
yeah,
right,
but it's easy to psych yourself out. That's the biggest problem.
It is true.
Yeah.
Right. Was not talking about the new Hades, but absolutely yes, the new Hades music is awesome. And if you haven't played Hades, you probably should.
Okay, Dreamin Davey or Hades, which one's better?
Oh, Hades by a long shot.
Okay, I guess that wasn't a fair question.
No. But seriously, if you haven't played the new Hades yet, go play Hades.
Yeah, absolutely. Completely worth it.
It is super good. Okay, so... alright, so they say find the Kappa Hades. You don't actually need it. It is super useful, but you don't have to have it.
Yeah, for a blind playthrough, it's definitely a good idea to grab it if you can find it. Yeah.
Yep. Come on, Zerfall and Buffalo, somebody please.
LMMotoss is not mashing to get out of the pit, and that is probably going to solidify a second place in this game.
So
yeah, exactly.
Chet's saying
Mr. Zimbu.
Hades is great, but I really just don't enjoy roguelikes at all. Like, I'm hit or miss on a lot of roguelikes, and I love Hades not because of the roguelike aspect of it, but because of how well everything else plays together. Right, the music's good, the graphics are good, like everything plays really well together. I feel like, in a way, it's like playing, like it's the same sort of joy I had when playing Diablo 2 for the first time, which I guess is technically a roguelike, but not really.
Yeah, it's got roguish elements.
Right, yeah, but I mean, but I feel like, and then the whole story and everything with that, like I think all of it combined is really good. And
yeah, oh my gosh.
okay, so we got the spear of Hades or whatever, which is like super good.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It deals a whole bunch of damage. It
does,
especially if you jump and use it.
So yeah, Facet, I think you're right. Things can be procedurally generated without comparison to Rogue.
Yep.
And I think Hades is procedurally generated and it's really good.
Yeah, I think that the biggest...
Okay, so...
Oh, Mr. Zimbu.
Zimbu is going to...
Get stuck in holes.
Yep.
Get out, Mr. Zimbu. There you go. Okay,
all right, so
time.
They're going to want to use the cap of Hades, which effectively makes you invisible to Cerberus. Now you...
Oh. Hey, the shield. Is the shield a good way to go?
You know, I never used the shield before. Just never thought I needed to, right? But yeah, it looks like it. Like if you're underpowered, right? Which you definitely are if you haven't gotten either the spear or the added bow.
And the servers just went all out.
Yeah, oh yeah. You. So the best way to do it, right, honestly, is get to one side or the other of Cerberus, right? So two kind of shoot at an angle and one shoots down and you're on the side so it can't happen, right? And then jump up and use the bow and shoot him in the face, right? Because then that's like the safest way of doing it.
Oh yeah. Well, everybody, we have about 4 minutes left. At this point, I don't like SalmonBuffalo and our other players, Zerfall at the top right, could technically get past the Wild West stage.
Oh yeah, like they both have a gun. You just walk over there and do it.
Wait, the SalmonBuffalo actually has a gun now?
Yes.
Yes, gun! Go kill him. Come on, SalmonBuffalo. Shot him. Oh, no, you gotta shoot the gun.
You gotta shoot the gun.
There's still enough time for one more try, though.
Oh, there's time for a whole, like, 3 or 4 attempts.
I'm out of here.
Right, this is not...
Draw. Yeehaw. Hey, buckaroos, better get ready. Oh my gosh. I just remembered the show on Nickelodeon, Hey Dude. Did you ever watch that, corndan?
I've seen Hey Dude.
It was pretty good.
All right, go. There. Yes!
Caesar. Oh, Zerfall has done it. Zerfall solidly in 3rd place. And that means SalmonBuffalo currently in 4th. Like, SalmonBuffalo could technically move back into 3rd, but...
I mean, you could, but what you would have to do is you would have to...
Gotta hurry.
You'd have to bust that out, right? And get, like, the bow... before Zerfall does. It's possible. It's not likely.
Yeah, blind, honestly, it's going to be it's a large order to fill.
Yep.
Hey, it looks like MisterZimbu got the golden bow, which is helpful against Cerberus.
Yeah, I mean, so you're right. That was kind of what I was saying, like the bow, right? Like the golden bow does more damage and it fires the whole length of the
Draw. No, SalmonBuffalo. Oh, you figured it out, but too late.
Bummer.
Yeah.
But that means, like, I just want them to make it through.
That would be really good. I hope everybody beats it. SalmonBuffalo just waiting on that screen for a minute. I can imagine the frustration here. You know, you've been trying everything that you can. Maybe, you know, now that you actually have a gun, you can see that there's something in the fight, but it's just, you know, not super well telegraphed. And yeah, I don't think SalmonBuffalo is going to be jumping into it again.
And that's killing me.
MisterZimbu.
But we are gonna no.
Oh, here we go though. Another attempt. Come on, Cerberus. Well, let's go back to MisterZimbu's audio for just the 40 seconds we have here.
Yep. So if he gets closer, right, he'll actually be able to do better. Which sounds really weird.
Can you shoot faster if you're closer?
Yes. You can only have one arrow on screen at a time. So you can hear it here. Yeah, you can actually hear it here, how much faster he's shooting compared to before.
It's done. Cerberus died.
With like 10 seconds left.
Yes. Oh, that is actually a whole lot of progress for this game in a single match. But you know what? Despite all of that progress, it is time. Time is when all Kuso comes for judgment.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't get to go to Hades. No, you get to come to me. So, my dear Kuso, let me go ahead and rate you, as well as the players. MisterZimbu takes first place, killing Cerberus at the very last minute. LMMotoss takes second. Zerfall third. SalmonBuffalo fourth, and unfortunately is eliminated from the tournament. Always a sad day, but you know, it happens to almost everybody. SalmonBuffalo. I love buffaloes, and I love... Salmon's pretty good. I like eating salmon. So I'm currently inviting MisterZimbu to come chat with us if he would like. Seriously, great job to all of the players. Even SalmonBuffalo. Look, SalmonBuffalo kept trying and kept working to get through the area. It just, you know, the pieces didn't all fall together. Hello there, MisterZimbu. Welcome and congratulations on your victory today.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, go ahead and walk me through a little bit of this game. Your thoughts, what was going on? How do you feel about the game in general?
So I don't think I can answer what was going on, but it was
Bummer.
serviceable. Yeah, bummer. I'm out of here.
I love the voice acting. It's like, for NES, it's really good.
I'm glad they put effort into something.
I mean, it was made in
effort
Utah.
into a lot of things. It just wasn't a lot of effort.
Yeah, no, honestly, you know, for what they made, I can appreciate what the game came out to be. You know, it definitely has issues, and every single time you go to a different stage, it's like extremely different what you have to do. And honestly, I think that the biggest issue for players playing this is confusion for where you're supposed to go and what you're supposed to do next. Yeah, did you run into that issue, MisterZimbu? If so, what area was the hardest?
I think figuring out what to do in the Wild West, especially if you didn't have the manual, which luckily we did, that was tricky. Just trying to figure out how to shoot, or that you had to shoot his gun.
Yeah, that was the boss for 2 of the players here. That's where they spent the majority of the time.
And the manual is kind of misleading there, because it says you need the big iron, which I assume just meant the bigger gun.
You just need a gun.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually you need a bigger gun, right?
Yeah.
Than the Peacemaker, right? Because you'll eventually need something that can shoot 3 shots.
Yeah. But yeah, that's not something you need at the very beginning. I guess it's a hint for later on in the game, but it's just not really obvious at all. The Wild West stage is definitely one of the most obscure. Although I'm going to go ahead and say that you figured out ancient Greece a lot faster than we expected.
The first Greece or the second one?
Both. Because first Greece, you have to go and touch the golden man, or whatever you want to call him, in order to get him to drop the shield. And I think that you did it pretty much right away. Corndan was in the original match that we had for Dreamin Davey, and that threw him off so hard.
Well, my problem was, I'm like, oh, golden man, you gotta kill him, right? And so if you punch him, right, or shoot him with the bow, he turns into like a regular enemy, right?
Yeah, and then when you kill him, he doesn't drop the shield. Because, of course, the shield only exists while he is on your side. Why? Who knows? It's Dreamin Davey.
And if you get up close on him to attack him, sometimes the game will, collision detect that you touched him before you ever punch him, and so you get the shield, and so I was super confused.
Yeah, that ended up being a huge problem. But, yeah, what are your overall opinions about the game? Where would, good, bad, somewhere in between?
I mean, it's definitely bad, but it's like a good bad.
Okay, bad.
I enjoyed myself with it, at least.
Okay.
I wasn't miserable the whole time.
Yeah, I think if you are making a video game and you realize it's not going to be the most stellar thing out there, at least making it enjoyable is, usually a good sign. I would also agree. I like playing this game. I don't think it's a good game because of some of its flaws out there, but the music in some areas, absolutely a jam, especially in the Hades area. Yeah.
The music's good. The graphics are, well, the cutscene graphics are like MS Paint, but...
You mean perfect, then.
Basically.
Well, cool. What were you going to say, Corndan?
I mean, it's a perfectly serviceable game. It's a fun speedrun, honestly.
Yeah, Corndan does do speedruns of this game.
Used to.
Whatever. 10 years ago still is the present for me. You know how it is. Time just sort of blends. But yeah, it's a fun speedrun to watch. I think it's a fun one to do. There are some tricky areas, but there are also some really chill areas, and it's just, I don't know, enjoyable.
Yeah. Having the first tree you see being the one you have to punch for that coin is a pretty bad troll move.
Isn't it?
Yeah, here's the deal. We have had matches in the past where players found the clue about hitting the tree and literally hit every single tree except the correct one until, they hit every other tree and then finally got the correct one. And there's so much anger at that troll move. It is lovely, beautiful. I love it.
It's so good.
Yeah. Well, MisterZimbu, I think that's about all the time that we have. Are you streaming anything else over at your channel?
No, I don't really stream besides to race things, but...
Okay, so besides tournament, if you're playing games offline, what are you playing these days?
I just started Returnal, which is... I think it's really good.
How do you... R-E... Returnal?
Yeah, it's a game that came out a couple days ago for the PS5. It's a kind of a 3D.
I see. Fancy PS5 person.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm probably gonna wait a little bit to get one. But
Yeah,
a psychological horror, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of like a third-person roguelike. It's almost Metroid-y. Like, I get Metroid Prime vibes from it, which I really like.
Oh no, you say roguelike.
Yeah, it is.
Or roguelite, and I want to play it now. Dang it, I might have to get a PS5 for roguelikes. I'll have to go check. Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll keep that on my list of things that I want to try out. Cool. Well, thank you, MisterZimbu. Go and return to Returnal. I'll go ahead and let Corndan go as well. Both of you, thank you so much and take care.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
See ya.
Take care.
Bye.
Everybody, this is Kuso6rande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. I'm going to run a quick ad and refill my water bottle, and I will be right back with our third match, our third of 4. So be back in